3 of She-Hulk. So what did you think about it, Brandon?
Oh, same like usual, just like the first two episodes. I had a lot of fun watching it. Um, the fourth wall breaks are hilarious. Tatiana Maslany is just so great and just so charming to watch. Like I said many times, she was the reason I wanted to. She was my main draw for this show. She was my selling point. Always liked her as an actress. But anyway, I
So
could
if
go on
she's
about
your
that all day.
let me ask you that question though. So if she's your attraction to this whole episode, to the whole series, do you like it more when she's herself or when she's She-Hulk?
I think it's a good balance. I really like her as Jennifer Walters, probably because we're seeing a little more of her as Walters. Um, and it's so interesting because I'm really used to her serious roles, like Perry Mason or that movie Stronger she was in with Jake Gyllenhaal, or like the main one that really got me into her as an actress, which was Orphan Black.
Yeah, Orphan Black.
Um,
That's the big thing for her. Yeah.
yeah, Orphan Black was just amazing. I'm still to this day, I would have sat through 20 seasons of that.
Almost did.
But right, yeah, but yeah. So I think I kind of like her more as Jennifer Walters, just because we're kind of, I think she really, if she didn't she already showed range in Orphan Black, but really just kind of flexing her awkward comedic chops is just a lot of fun to watch. And like I said, I only say that because we haven't seen like a whole lot of her as She-Hulk.
I think that's where
Or
we're going to get more now. I believe the
yeah,
first 3 did introduce you to Jennifer Walters a little bit more, and now
yeah,
she's going to be more accepting of who she is, being a Hulk. And that's kind of what Blansky said. Control the narrative. You want to control it.
yeah,
Why not? If they're gonna write about you anyway. Why not control the narrative? Why not be part of it? And I think that's what she's going to see, and that's what we're going to see for the rest of the series. Her deciding to be part of the story and doing it her way.
definitely. Hence that final shot of her looking at her reflection in the car window.
Yep.
So I think they're really going to run with that.
All right. So
But
this episode
yeah.
specifically,
Mhm.
what were the things that you really liked about it?
Blonsky was fun to watch. Blonsky was so entertaining to watch.
And his
How he's
8
just gone from
soulmates.
his 8 soulmates. I love where they went with him. He's just because originally we saw this no nonsense, hard ass, almost instigating career military man in the Incredible Hulk movie. So when they say prison changes a man, either it's that or it's just a facade or a front that he's putting up. But I'm curious to see where they go with him, and I'm feeling like he's inevitably going to be a member of the Thunderbolts in a couple years. So I'm wondering if they're gonna drop hints for that, or just where they're gonna go with him. But it was cool seeing him as Abomination in a more comic accurate form, and we get the confirmation that he can talk in his Abomination form.
Yeah. That's what he was like. Yeah, no, I'm cool, guys. It was
I'm good.
oh no,
I'm
he's
cool.
Abomination. It's crazy. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, that
Exactly.
was that was
I feel
fun.
like that's the real Tim Roth that we saw.
That's the real Tim Roth for sure. You know, so many actors, are just the opposite versions of the characters that they usually play. And Tim Roth, more often than not, has always played like a hard ass or like a no nonsense type dude. And I bet, yeah, I agree with Andy with what Andy's saying. I don't think it would be too much of a stretch if he's actually like his Blonsky counterpart in this episode in real life, just more or less a hippie.
What did you think about Wong? Or
Wong was
here's a better
cool.
question. No, what did you think about the way they got the message to Wong? Her assistant
That was funny.
sent a
Yeah,
picture of her with books. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm
a
I'll,
third
I'll give
strap
it
of
some
her
way.
with books, and that's what drew him in. That was funny. I know a lot of people might think it's cheesy, but I kind of feel like it going into that more kind of jokey and softer side, it just makes the characters kind of feel more dimensional, just more layered.
It reminds me more of Thor, like Thor, not Ragnarok. The first time you saw it gave a character who's all powerful more dimensions, to meet more understanding of who he is, and actually have some have a character, have some emotions behind him, have a more well-rounded person, and instead of just a superhero, unbelievable with all these powers, and they still go through things. Gives that we have some comedy with it. You can see some more emotions.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say Ragnarok and Infinity War for me was like peak Thor. Those to me were where his characterization was at its best.
Infinity War, I love Infinity War. Fat Thor is just unbelievable. So I think I like Fat Thor more. So Endgame is probably my favorite Thor.
Yeah, just kind of seeing kind of his character arc in that, and it did kind of, I don't want to say come full circle with Thor, but it was an interesting route to go with him with that in Endgame. Just seeing him be a chubby alcoholic recluse.
All right, we gotta get the derpy saying. So the message from the show is twerking good and men bad. Derpy saying that, but kind of. Well, I think it says like you're twerking fun, and men could be dicks. But I think that men could be well rounded too, because even her counterpart, the guy who represented her friend, he was good. He was cool. The other lawyer was funny. And was thoughtful too. So, guys could be both, just like women could be both, just like the elf, the magical elf.
Yeah. And even that opening scroll with like some of the incel energy, it was a combination of guys who were being, incels, and then guys who were kind of advocating for her and on her side. So I can't really get behind this whole incel energy.
All I can tell you is this. The guy who looked at her and said, I'll go. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
I'll smash.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, she's 6'7", 400 pounds. I can swing that.
Yeah. we all saw that we all saw that Futurama episode. Right?
Exactly. Oh man, that's really good. What other things did you like about the show, about this episode?
What else did I like about it? I liked that I like how they kind of went more into the expanded universe, with Asgardians, sorcerers, stuff like that. So that was kind of fun. And it did kind of raise a question at the end when she got attacked, and what those guys, because they were clearly trying to extract her blood or DNA. Yep. So I'm curious to see what that's all about.
Who do you think is the bad guy?
I'm not sure. That's the thing. I'm not sure, because I haven't really read up on too much of this on purpose. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really sure who the bad guy could be, or what their what their ultimate goal even is. What's the ultimate goal? Because it's so easy to kind of get absorbed into the fact that this is like a legal comedy, kind of a la Ally McBeal, that to where you could you lose track of that. Andy just said the Wrecking Crew. It might be them. Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah,
I think that is it.
I could see it being the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, then how long before Matt Murdock? Because she said, she made a comment. She said, we're not just doing all these cameos besides Bruce and Wong and Abomination. Like, it's every show there is another one who's like a cameo. Who's the next cameo?
Yeah, I'm thinking if not this episode, maybe the episode after that, we'll finally see Murdoch.
You think Matt Murdock is either this one or next one? 5 or 6, Matt Murdock?
Yeah, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the two. One of the two. I'm thinking he'll finally show up. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the classic yellow and reddish maroon suit. That'll be cool to see. I'm just excited that we're getting Daredevil in the MCU. That's going to be dope, and they're bringing back Charlie Cox. So he's very much synonymous with the role at this point. So,
but that's what made me think that maybe the Wrecking Crew, the guys that are coming after her, that they were working for Kingpin. With us knowing about Matt Murdock, knowing he's going to be in one of these episodes. I think the next episode, honestly. But I thought that those guys were probably working for Kingpin, trying to get her blood, trying to weaponize that. I thought Kingpin would be the main bad guy, for all the entire show. And that's how you bring Matt Murdock in. And then we can start looking at everybody, because now you hear that they're bringing back all the Marvel characters from Netflix.
Yeah, like all the street level type characters,
Luke Cage,
which is awesome.
And, Jessica Jones, and all of them are going to be coming back. So this might be this is how you do it. Kingpin is the main bad guy. You could let her bring all parts together. That's what her job is, to bring the movies, because we have a Hulk, bring the movies and the TV shows together. Now we have all going down one accord going down the street. So I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Which would make sense, especially with, a lot of the upcoming Disney Plus material kind of dealing more street level with more street level, like Echo. We're getting Echo next year. Obviously Daredevil. He's going to be making more cameos potentially leading up to his show on Disney Plus.
His 18-episode show that's going to take 4 months to watch.
That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited.
He's going to bring. Andy said, hopefully not Iron Fist.
Yeah. And if they
think about
if they
Matt Murdock
could
bring in Spider-Man. He could bring in everything from Hell's Kitchen, all the street level, heroes. You got She-Hulk, who brings in Bruce. I mean, it really brings everything in. It really makes it feel like everything that's going on in New York City is going to start making sense. But we're going to have so many characters that it's going to be easier to bring in X-Men. I really believe that all this is all because of that. I think that's all we're doing all these things to get X-Men.
Yeah. Speaking of which, when they finally reboot X-Men into the MCU, when they show the Marvel logo, I hope they do that.
They have to. There's no question.
They better. Just like Spider-Man Home. Yeah. Just like Spider-Man Homecoming did the Spider-Man theme music, they better do the same thing with X-Men.
They have to. I mean, come on. You hear that, you get goosebumps, and you want to go get a big bowl of cereal and ready to watch cartoons for the next hour and a half. It's just what it is.
Yep.
All right. Here's a question. Now, keeping us on focus, where are some parts that you didn't like?
I'd say the running gag with Megan Thee Stallion got a little old very fast.
You just got hate mail right now, right? I'm sure.
Oh no! Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm saying that in terms of the name drops. The cameo itself was a lot of fun, but I think the constant name drops kind of building up to it. They could have eased up on that a little bit. One or two references to her would have been just fine, and then show her at the final episode or at the end of the episode, just like you did.
But seeing her in the
I knew
courtroom was good too.
seeing her in the courtroom was hilarious. I liked it, and I didn't mind the the post credit singer with her and Jennifer twerking in the office. I didn't mind that as much as everyone else apparently seems to. It gave me a chuckle. You know, maybe
But,
I'm just easy to tickle nowadays.
but then
But
again, I think when you understand the comics, understand who She-Hulk is in the comics, you
yeah,
understand that that's her personality. That's really
exactly.
now her personality. That's really what it is.
Yeah, because
It's
the
hard because
comics made
I don't think the comics would be acceptable nowadays because of the way everything is now. I don't know if they would have been able to write someone who's so very free and open and understanding her sexuality and you know
Mhm.
I don't know what else to say, but had sex with a lot of different people and was okay with it. It was very still empowering. I don't know how else to say it, but that's what she was. She was all those things.
Yeah. So I like that it's kind of embracing, particularly a lot of the She-Hulk comics of the 80s and 90s, that very light tongue-in-cheek type vibe, with her breaking the fourth wall, with, I'm pretty sure just we're going to go more into those things that you just mentioned with her being more open uh, as we get further into the show.
Exactly. Which is it's what if you like the comics, you understand what She-Hulk is. That is what it is. It is fun.
Exactly.
It's
Mhm.
lighthearted. She's still a great character, but this is what she is. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a 29-year-old woman who's a lawyer in the big city.
Yeah.
Do whatever the hell she wants. You know,
Yeah. And like,
female
yeah. And,
empowerment makes
and
sense, and that's what it is.
yeah. And, you know, everyone kind of
That's
pissing and
American.
moaning about. And everyone kind of pissing and moaning about it. It's kind of disappointing to me that people piss and moan as hard as they do and then have the audacity to consider themselves fans. Like, pick up a comic book.
Yeah, but I
you
understand
know
what fan means fanatic. So some people are going to go all the way to the left, some people go all the way to the right. And the truth is, being right down the middle is fine.
yeah.
And doing these shows is justice is just fine. And I think at the end of this time, even though people don't like it. I mean, it's right now 88. It's getting an 88 overall. People are not loving the show. I love the show. I love the way they're doing it. I love the comedy. I love the breaking of the fourth wall. I think these things are important for a show that is this. This is exactly what we
Exactly.
have. This is what this is supposed to be. So I don't see any problems. But I'm not
Me
someone who's
neither.
going to have a lot of problems with these things. I don't have a problem with any other culture. I don't have any problems with any of it. I think all of it is legal. All of it is good storytelling, and we should enjoy all of it. Just like
Yeah,
Guardians of the
definitely.
Galaxy, like the poster you had back there, just like that.
Yeah.
That's what it's fun.
Mhm. Yep. And yeah, I love the Guardians movies. By the way, I'm very excited for Volume 3. I'm so happy that James Gunn got reinstated to direct it after that whole ordeal years back.
I don't even want to go there because
But
I know how we could talk about that forever. Because I love
we could
Guardians.
talk about that.
It might be
Me
my
too.
second favorite of all of them, Guardians.
Me
And I
too.
can't wait to see the Christmas
Me too.
special. So
The Christmas special is going to be fun. I'm very curious to see at least a trailer for their Halloween special. Apparently, it's going to be based on Werewolf by Night. So excited to see that.
it's gonna be good.
Hmm.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
next,
yeah,
here's Hulk. What next week? What do you think to see? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting to see something more with a villain in particular and what their ultimate end game or agenda is. I think it's about high time, since we're hitting the midway mark of the show, that there's going to be a reveal in that regard. The question is just who or what is it going to be?
Hmm.
Um, So I'm thinking that's probably my number one thing.
And he said, "As did not deserve to die a virgin." And then reinstated or uncanceled. Exactly. And that was what Derby said,
Well,
Brian. You fellas, do you realize that Disney Plus Day is next Thursday? Yes, I do. I actually something I'm going to talk about after we talk about the Samaritan and She-Hulk. Disney Plus Day. I think we're going to get a lot of reveals, and I think we're going to see something about Fantastic Four on Disney Plus Day. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So
yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of reveal. I wouldn't be too surprised if they temporarily or even slightly tone down just kind of the lawyer aspect of it, just a little. That's still going to be in the that's still going to be a primary aspect. But I think they're going to, whatever this reveal is going to be, because it's going to have to happen. I think they're going to give the lawyer stuff a rest.
Okay. I don't know if they're going to do that because with Matt Murdock coming in, but I think that we're going to get something in the next episode about her enjoying being a celebrity, the celebrity of being She-Hulk. You know, finally being more accepting of who she is, and I think us seeing the end scene thing with her twerking on Megan Thee Stallion, I think that's where we're going to get her enjoying being part of the story, enjoying some of it, instead of always worried about I'm hiding, just living it up. Her understand. We saw in the previews of her. Eventually, she's going to be a celebrity. I think this is when we're going to start seeing that celebrity come out, and her and really enjoying it and living it up. And then we'll get hit with the villain because she's become this bigger entity, and that's when we're going to get hit in the face with that villain thing. All right, our fearless leader has weighed in. Okay, I can't wait to see this episode from silly twerk to the call outs. So many people are mad as others laughing. I'm a laugher.
People have been big mad. I gotta, even when I watched that episode after work earlier today, I was like, when they did those call outs, I'm like, oh, people are about to be mad.
We got Derpy saying, Tank, I'm time out. You're not for twerking on stream tonight. You're not. Tank is in the hospital. I don't know if you could twerk with the the nurses. I don't know if that's gonna be good at etiquette on the nursery floor. I don't know. There you go. Someone said She-Hulk and Kevin Feige woke up and chose violence.
Oh yeah. They wanted all that smoke today.
Oh my goodness. Oh, if my baby is born tonight, I'll do some twerking filter on them. Hey, Tank, honestly, you should really pray and hope that your baby does come tonight, because I told you before, if the baby's not born by September 1st, you gotta hold them out a full year for school. My daughter's born on September 3rd at 5 a.m. And we had to hold her out a whole year. And of course, she's my baby, so she's like 4'8", and she's in kindergarten. She's about to turn 6. So you want it to happen tonight, because if you get them on first, then you can get them into school early. So that's always cool. It's fingers crossed, buddy. Good luck. We're all for that. All of us, Tank. And of course, Tank's thanks, Derpy.
Good luck, Tank. That's amazing.
Erica, I'm all for it. I'm just fingers crossed, hoping you guys everything goes perfect tonight. I am so excited for you. This is like a highlight of our day. It's not even happening to me.
Definitely. Hope it runs as smoothly and easily as possible.
And I hope it's
wonderful.
I hope it's a boy, because I have 2 girls. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that love. That love. You can never look at your little girl and just look at her and look at her eyes, and then she got you. You lost. No matter what, she's gonna ask you for anything. The only thing you can do is go out at 2:00 in the morning and go get it, because that's what's gonna happen to me. Because I'm gonna go get all her little gifts for her classroom soon as we get off this show, because that's what Daddy has to do, because it makes her happy. and that's all that matters.
That's great.
Such
That's
a sap.
so great.
Such a sap. It's terrible.
Well, you got to be in situations like this. This is our boy we're talking about here, who's
Exactly. I cannot
about
wait.
to. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so that's what we got for going next week. All right, so and to answer Andy, so we have 9 episodes. So we already been to 3. So that's why I say 4. You get the celebrity, right? And then maybe at the end of 4, the end scene is we start to get a silhouette of who the main villain is, and then 5, the main villain starts to actually affect her. She starts to realize it, and then at the end of 5, we get Matt Murdock, and then 6 comes gets back to the legal drama, and you get Matt Murdock and her in the courtroom, and them working together or working against each other, but still working together for stuff in the Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, that was going to be my next. Yeah, that was going to be my next question for you, but you pretty much answered it. If you thought, the Daredevil or Matt Murdock appearance was just going to be more than one, or if it's just going to be a one and done.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like just how Hulk, Bruce Banner was the beginning. I think the end is going to be Matt Murdock, and we're going to focus on that, and it's going to run right into his show.
I could see that. Yeah. Yes, so excited for Daredevil Born Again. I can't wait. 24 can't get here quickly enough for that. I'm so excited.
All right. You got anything else?
I'd say for She-Hulk, that was pretty much it. I was entertained. It delivered pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Oh, the other thing I'd say is the explanation for Wong breaking
Abomination
out. Yeah. Abomination out. It was okay.
No,
it was okay.
It was, what I will say that we were waiting for Wong to show up in the episode, and she even said, "You're waiting for Wong. You gotta wait a little bit longer, whatever." But the fact that Wong was late was funny. Like,
yeah,
he's in control of time. He could just turn back time, and still he comes late. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that she
shows
was
up late,
just kind of just tap dancing for everybody until he came in. That was good. Mm-hmm. And the fact that when they said, "Well, you committed all these crimes," and he was like, "Oh, really? I can't hear you. I'm in a different dimension," and just close the door, close the thing. I thought that was pretty good too. So those are all fun.
Wong is always fun to watch in that regard. Yeah,
he's the new Stan Lee. He's in every single thing. So
pretty much, yeah. More or less, I'd say more or less is more Stan Lee. Yeah.
That baby get out of the womb. We need Tank twerking content. Oh, no, seriously, good luck, Tank, and good for you, brother. We all for it. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's terrific. But yeah, that's all I got when it comes to She-Hulk.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm excited every week. I mean, we're doing these things. We're supposed to do this on Friday, but I have a meeting tomorrow. But I'm so excited for Fridays every week, to be able to talk about She-Hulk and watch the episodes because they're so entertaining. So I don't understand all the hate we're getting, but I love it. I'm enjoying it. So, yeah.
Yep, I'm having a lot of fun with it.